Good evening, everyone. If you don't know, you should know. My name is Rameez, and yes, I got a haircut. Today's film is Straight Outta Compton. Straight Outta Compton tells the story of three people, three artists involved in bringing the genre of rap music into the mainstream. These three people formed a group which was mega popular. That group was called N.W.A. Now let me just cut to the chase. This is one of the best films of the year, definite top 10. And in my books, it should be an Oscar contender for Best Picture. It does so many things right. This film had me glued to my seat with emotion. There were scenes where I was laughing my butt off. There were scenes where I almost jerked a tear, by the way. This film also made me really happy because I'm a 90s kid. It showed me how great the 90s were. But then it made me really sad as well. You know why? Because it showed me how terrible the 90s were as well. And then it made me depressed even more because you know what? Times haven't changed as much as they should have. Straight Outta Compton, the impact of this film was so much more powerful to me because of the timing of its release today, 2015. In a time where we see so many civil rights issues being brought to light and so many police brutality issues being brought to light too. Straight Outta Compton takes advantage of that as the film uses events circling around our main core group to tell its story and their impact. The film showcases the Rodney King murder and the subsequent riots that followed right after that. By the way, Ice Cube's son is not his son. That is Ice Cube's clone. He is so friggin' good, and it's unrealistic as to how realistic he looks to Ice Cube, as to how ridiculously alike he looks to Ice Cube. It's amazing. He puts in a fantastic performance and he really sounds like Ice Cube as well. Now this is a film which is about music, rap music, and the music in this is totally fantastic. It took me back to a time when rap music was actually really awesome. We had so many great rappers alive at the time. And it uses that as to its advantage too, as we get to see some really cool cameos of Tupac and Snoop Dogg. The people they got to play Tupac and Snoop Dogg are ridiculously perfect as those characters. The guy who played Snoop Dogg sounds exactly like Snoop Dogg. It's crazy. Just like Ice Cube's son. It's ridiculous how like spot on the performances are in this film. One of my favorite scenes in the film is when Ice Cube in the beginning of the film is on the way home on a school bus and some kids in front of him start throwing gang signals to a car beside them. And what happens is the gang member gets out of the car, blocks the school bus, and threatens them and gives them a motivational speech and shows them how people living in places like Compton become products of their environment rather the other way around. It's an eye-opening scene and it's in the very beginning of the film. That set the tone for the whole film for me. And that's just one of the scenes. The film is full of powerful scenes. This film looks fantastic. It really looks like it was shot in the 90s. There's so many scenes in this film where there's dust on the lens deliberately left there. It gives this really gritty and dangerous feel to the film. It gives it more of a docudrama film. This is based off a true story, so that definitely helped in the impact of this film. By now you probably get the idea that I really loved this film. If it wasn't for the 2.5 hour long runtime, I would give this film a perfect score, but it is a bit too long. So I am going to give this film a 4.5 out of 5, which is a near perfect score. You have to go see Straight Outta Compton. It is one of the best eye-opening films you are going to see this year, and it will make you happy and it will depress you at moments. I suggest you go see Straight Outta Compton right now. My name is Rameez Khan. I am a filmmaker and a film critic, and I will see you beautiful people again next week. And remember to love yourselves.